Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome back to the Denver Bears franchise. Now, we start this episode fresh off of the trade deadline where we acquired a couple of guys, but the headliner was Benito Ozuna, an outfielder who is hitting very, very well. He could give us that boost to push towards a wild card spot. Now, one of you guys pointed out in the comments section last video why the Athletics would do this trade. Well, just looking at their pitchers, Shohei Ohtani and Luzardo are the only two guys who may be kind of stable, because the rest of their rotation, look at Montes, he's having a 1.53 whip season, 1.43 last season. He's not very reliable. Sean Manaea is going to be a free agent. And then Chris Bassett is old at 35 years old. He's also hitting free agency, and they're both very, very expensive. Tristan McKenzie gives them a cheap, young option and a guy that could probably be their number 2 in the rotation, even ahead of Montes. Now, going into this episode, I'm still deciding on what I want to do with this lineup because Garrett Hampson is a utility guy. He's been our center fielder the last 2 years. But now Ozuna probably can only play center field at this point because we have Winker in left. We have a lot of guys in right. We have Takahashi and Will Benson in right. But then we're going to have, eventually Zach Veen coming up. I don't know about this year, but we're going to have to find some outfield spots. I don't know who's going to have them, but I think that just moving, Hampson to shortstop to maybe platoon with CJ Abrams could be a move we make. So let's hop into the debut of Benito Ozuna. His debut with the Bears will be at home versus the San Francisco Giants. His first at bat, he will smoke one to left center. He's going to hit leadoff for us. He's got good speed, 81 speed. He's rounding second, already headed to third. And his first hit as a Bear is a triple. Wow, what a start to his career there. His 5th triple of the season. He's got that triple speed. And if he can hit one to triples alley out in left center there, that's the deepest part of the park. That's an easy triple for a guy like Benito Ozuna. And he starts it out with a leadoff triple. I love exactly what this lineup is now. We have a good hitter at the leadoff spot. Willingham up next at the 2. Hitting .275 since being moved up. He gets a high pitch. He strokes it deep to right field. This one, it's gotten carry and it's gone. That is exactly the potential I saw with acquiring Benito Ozuna. A guy that can get on base at a high clip. Then you have Mohamed Willingham and Jesse Winker coming up. And Ozuna can also swipe some bags. Just watch out for that. He's got great speed and great base running skills. It's 2-0. Winker keeps it going, though, in the first inning. He smacks one to right field. That one is off the wall. And now we have still no outs in this inning with a man on second base. The 1-2-3 could carry us to a possible playoff spot. And then you have Keston here cleaning it up. Oh, boy. Hitting .266 on the year. This one is a deep fly ball. He just missed this one. And we will not tag up Winker on this one. And the throw to third would have been offline, and he probably would have been safe. But better be safe than sorry. Will Benson at the plate now, hitting in that 6th spot. He goes up the box. You got to love the turnaround from Will Benson this season, and it's going to make it a 3-0 game. The throw was online, but Benson comes through with the RBI single to dead center field right up the box. As that brings up Rafael Marchand to the plate, hitting .293 so far since being moved up. He's actually having a very good season. He and Elias Diaz are very good. They platoon together, and I like what they're doing. Benito Ozuna up for his second at bat now. He smokes one to second, and that one is going to be snagged. Ozuna does hit the ball hard. He's got great contact versus right. That's 86. But then you can't forget about the guys behind him. That's going to bring up Willingham, who goes to right center. This one's got carry as well, and that one will drop and get to the wall. Ramel Coffer actually retreated on that one. I think he forgot how many outs there were in the inning. The throw home will be in time. Ramel Coffer went back to first on that one. He was a starting pitcher this game. He was on first base after a walk, and that one results in a guy getting thrown out at home plate. You never want to see that, but that brings up in the 4th inning Ozuna again. He smokes one down the left field line. How about him using all fields That is going to be extremely valuable, a guy that can go to all parts of the ballpark. And Tyler Beede is getting hit pretty hard in this one, 8 hits given up through 4 innings. Muhammad Willingham 2 for 2 in this game. He swings that one on the inside part of the plate. That one would have been a ball, but it is going to be a pop out to short. We bring in Charlie Blackmon to pinch hit here in the bottom of the 6th inning. You can see he's kind of just declining at this point. So now he's a bench bat, hitting .221 this year as the lifelong Rocky works it to a 2-2 count, swinging on the outside pitch. This one's popped behind the plate, and it will be caught. And now there are 2 outs in this inning as that brings up Benito Ozuna again. 2 for 3 in this game so far. He gets a hanger, but then is just too early. That's what he hit to left center earlier in his first at bat. And that one will be a ground out to second base. Keston Hiura up in the bottom of the 7th now with a man on first base. That one is going to be a chopper to first base. Easy double play. And the Giants end up getting out of that inning. They come back and get one more run. Now it's a 3-4 game as here is Trez Jenkins on the mound giving up a hit to right field. But Will Benson with the strong arm and right does hold the runner. And now they have guys on first and third as we go to our bullpen, bringing in Carlos Estevez, who is actually having a pretty good year. Right-handed batters are hitting very good versus him, but left-handers aren't even touching him. Joey Bart to the plate now in the 5th spot. He goes up the box, and that one will be a base hit. And this will be a tie ball game here in the 8th inning. As now Estevez in a little bit of trouble. No outs still in this inning. Wilson at the plate now. Chopper right back up to the box. And that one is going to be a double play. And now 2 outs in this inning. Man on third base. Let's see if Estevez can get out of this situation. Jalen Davis at the plate. 2 for 3. And he is just looking on the outside half. Looks like that slider may have just froze him. As we move on to the bottom of the 8th inning, here is Will Benson at the plate now. Chopper to third base. He's got decent speed with 69, and he will beat that one out. They will rule that one a base hit. Rafael Marchand at the plate next, and it's just going to be a ground ball. A double play here to end the 8th inning. So this one's going to go to 9 with a tie ball game. Matt Whistler out on the mound for the Giants. Let's see if we can get this last run across as C.J. Abrams leads it off. He gets a nice pitch to hit, driven deep to center, but it will just stay in the yard. I think he barely missed that one, much like Keston Hiura missed that one earlier. So Carlos Estevez at the plate. We go to pinch hit, and that brings in Garrett Hampson, who, like I said, I'm just looking for a spot. He should be an everyday player, so I'm going to try to get him in every single day. Let's see what he can do with the 3-1 count to Whistler, and that one will be a shot to left center, and that's a nice leadoff hit here to start out this 9th inning with 1 out. And that's going to bring up the top of our lineup now. These are the guys you want up: Benito Ozuna, Muhammad Willingham, and Jesse Winker. Ozuna is 2 for 4 in his debut. Man on first base. He gets a pitch low, and he drives it deep. Welcome to Denver. Ball game. Benito Ozuna, only his 6th home run of the season. That one goes 450. Benito Ozuna is going to be such a great acquisition at this deadline. I'm hoping that he can be the future of this outfield. He's still in his young 20s, so that is going to be amazing for us as we build this team. And how about that shot? He does not miss. Great contact, great connection. 3 for 5 in his debut. A double, a triple, and a home run. He was a single shy of the cycle in his debut. That would have been amazing. But we get the win here, 6-4. So we move on here in this month of August, and we started out with a nice little win streak to start the month. We beat Oakland once, we beat Oakland twice, 6-3 this game. As you can just see, we're starting to put, streaks together. I just want to see us be consistent. We need to consistently win, not just consistently, win a couple, then lose a couple, win a couple, lose a couple. I want to get on kind of those runs where we go 8-2 in the last 10, 7-3 in the last 10. We don't do that too often. We usually just win like 3 straight, then lose like 2 of 3, and then win like 2 straight, then lose 3 straight. It's kind of weird. So we bring in Jackson Lee for his debut. Remember, we acquired him at the trade deadline, and he was one of the pitchers that we wanted to get. And he was listed in the Freddie Peralta trade. We wanted to get rid of Freddie Peralta. He wasn't really doing too much for us. So he gets the start in this final game as we try to get the sweep versus the Oakland Athletics. Benito Ozuna also faces his former team as this one's driven deep. This is Robert Pawson, and that one will be off of the wall. And that one will be a double, and 2 hits given up by Jackson Lee in his debut at the MLB level is not what he wanted to do. Matt Chapman here at the plate now, their best hitter. He goes up the box, and that one will be another hit. 3 straight hits for the Athletics, and it's 2-0 now. Still no outs in this first inning. Ramon Laureano to the plate. He goes to right field. That one will get down as well. The Oakland Athletics cannot be put out. And this is what I was talking about. Why would they want pitching? Well, their hitting is so good. Look at this. Another hit to right field. How about this? Bases loaded, no outs, and they're already at their 6th spot in the lineup. Everybody has a hit. 5 hits given up by Jackson Lee. We go out and check out him on the mound. You know, young pitchers, they just got to fight through these situations. Ronald Odor at the plate, who is now on the Athletics. This one's driven back to the wall, and it will be caught. Ozuna runs it down eventually, but another run comes across a sacrifice fly for Odor. 3-0. Runners on the corners here with Slink Corden at the plate. He is one of our subscriber prospects who made it up to the show. This one's a ground ball to first, and it will be a double play, but 3 runs given up in this first inning. Not the start that Jackson Lee was looking for. So Shohei Ohtani takes the mound for the Athletics. Remember, he signed about a 5-year, $60 million deal. It was very cheap. That I don't think the show has, that ready yet, the logic to sign these two-way players, because Ohtani would get like $250 million plus, easy. That's going to bring up Ozuna to lead it off. He hits a little dribbler to third, and it's going to be a hit. So facing his former team, he does get a base hit to start out this game. And now we have a man on first base. Man, I love this lineup. Muhammad Willingham at the plate, but a hit and run, and Ozuna does not get a good jump on that one. He's thrown out, trying to swipe second. And now Willingham continues this at bat now. Ground ball to Chapman. Easy play. Thrown on to first. It's an out. That's going to bring up Jesse Winker, hitting .263 on the year. I definitely want to get him some days off, and he swings and misses, and that one will be strike 3. And that's one reason why I kind of brought in Ozuna. He's going to be another outfield bat, but he also will give Winker an opportunity to get some days off. I think he's been playing pretty much every game this year. He's got a couple of days off, but still want to rest our guys. Robert Pawson at the plate again, and he goes to left center this time. He had the double to right center last time, and this one will get all the way to triple's corner back there, and it will be a triple. 4-0 here for Oakland. How about the start to this game by the Athletics? As Jackson Lee is just fighting through this one. This one's a fly ball to right center, and it will be caught. But Jackson Lee trying to get through 2 innings, and he can't do it without giving up at least 1 run. On to the bottom of the 3rd inning. This is Charlie Blackmon now in to hit for Jackson Lee, and he will go to left center, and it will be a single as Jackson Lee only gets through 3 innings in his debut. Hopefully his next outing will be better. That's going to bring up Muhammad Willingham to the plate. Who gets a hanger? That one is gone. Wow. You can't make that mistake versus Muhammad Willingham. He is going to absolutely clobber pitches like that. That's his 8th home run of the year. He hasn't even been at the MLB level more than a month yet. Just think about that. He only went up at the All-Star break, and it's only been, 18 days, 20 days, maybe that? Already 8 home runs. So we move on to the ninth inning, and we actually come back with a 7-6 lead here as Robert Stevenson in to close out this game. He's pitched the last couple of innings, and he gets a strikeout that time. And now that brings us against our former outfielder, Raimel Tapia, for the last out of the evening. Hitting .270 this year. Let's see what he can do. Fly ball to center field. That one will be caught by the man he was traded for, Benito Ozuna, and we will get the win in this game, 7-6. Good to see Tapia getting some playing time for the Oakland Athletics, and it was a good victory here. The reason why I included Tapia in that trade is to make sure they have a replacement outfielder as well. But a very good day from a lot of our players here. Brendan Rodgers actually came in to pinch hit and hit a pinch hit home run, and you can just see he had 2 RBIs and a run. Charlie Blackmon also had a pinch hit RBI as well. So we move on in the month of August. We have a very, very tough month of August. It's including 2 series versus the Dodgers, a series versus the San Diego Padres, a series versus the Nationals, who are one of those really good teams this season. And we really just need to get through this schedule. I mean, this is going to be the toughest thing about this series, is that every year we have to face the Dodgers, Padres, and now, the Giants and Diamondbacks are starting to, build up their team. So they're going to be good as well. So we end up losing that first game 1-0 in extras versus the Dodgers. And now here we are in the bottom of the ninth inning on the road at Dodger Stadium. Jordan Hicks in for the save, facing Michael Busch with 2 outs. Ground ball to Rodgers, thrown on to first. And that one will get us the victory here. 1-0. And those are the type of games that we're going to have versus the Dodgers. 1-0, they get the victory. 1-0, we get the victory. It's going to be quite the rivalry in this series. I guess it's not really quite a rivalry unless we start beating them. But at least right now, we're at least starting to contend with this Dodgers team. Ramel Coffey gets his 9th win there. He's 9-3 on the season. So now we go on to that San Diego series next. And, San Diego is always going to be a tough team. It's funny. It's just so funny that all 3 of our teams, the San Diego Padres, the Denver Bears, and now the Dodgers, are top 3 in ERA in the MLB. So we have to constantly be building up our rotation, making sure we're keeping up with them. We're having a great year this year. So this one goes all the way to the 9th inning, and Muhammad Willingham looks like he hits a walk-off. No, he does not hit a walk-off. He hits a 3-1 home run in the 5th inning, and we end up scoring 1 in the bottom of the 9th, getting the 6-5 victory versus the Padres. So here is what the month of August actually ended up looking like. We had a couple of Dodgers and Padres series in the middle of our schedule. We split 2. I guess we didn't split. We won the series 2 of 3 versus the actually we lost 2 of 3 versus the Dodgers, lost 2 of 3 versus St. Louis, won 2 straight versus Dodgers. Then we split with the Padres, lost 2 of 3 versus Washington, swept the Texas Rangers, and then lost 2 of 3 versus the Washington Nationals. That's what I'm talking about. Like, we are just not consistent as a team. We end up getting on a streak, then losing 2 of 3, getting on a streak, then losing 2 of 3. It's just been kind of the trend this season with this team. Our averages have dipped a little bit. Muhammad Willingham is now hitting .252. Ozuna is now below 300. Will Benson's around .246 as well. Brendan Rodgers at .259. I mean, all of our guys are hitting between .250 and .260 just about. Marshawn's average has dipped as well. It's down to .240. So I definitely want to see a boost here this last, month and a half of the season. And we are 1 game back of that wild card spot, sitting here at 68-59 behind the Padres and the Nationals. And we're going to have a chance to at least be able to control our destiny versus the Padres, as we still do have a couple of series versus them. But one move I want to make, I'm looking at Jackson Lee. Through that month of August, he had 5 starts and only had 1 quality start. He's walking 15 guys and striking out 7. It's just time maybe already to move him down. We tried the experiment moving him up right now. I just don't think he's ready. Even though he had a great AAA season, maybe he just needs to develop just a little bit more. So I look at our options here. I don't want to go to free agency. I want to look within the organization. We also have, our top prospect right now in Justin Maxwell. Man, he is just doing amazing. .91 whip. I just don't want to move him up right now. I kind of want to wait until next season or the September call-ups I'll probably wait for. We'll see. I don't know. But then I look at D'Anthony Pierre, a guy that we've been developing. He's pretty decent. You know, he has not a great whip, but I think maybe just a change of competition could help him. He's got a 139 whip right now. I just need another arm up there that's reliable. And I'm going to move D'Anthony Pierre up in place of, you know, our newly acquired Jackson Lee. So we will actually swap those two. So next episode, D'Anthony Pierre will make his MLB debut, much like Jackson Lee did this episode. And I'm hoping that maybe this time around, you know, we have a guy that can kind of stick at the MLB level. I don't know if he will be a starter in the future. He could be just a bullpen guy. I want to try it out. I want to see what he's got. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. Next episode will be the month of September. I want to get through that, and I want to get to this playoff push. Hopefully we do hit it here and end up getting one of those wild card spots. So stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Boy, all that like Keenan. Still got crack, they fiendin'. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like Neiman. And I'm still trying to fight my demons. Cause we all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on.